My son got 2 lineal belts, man.
Who did you lose
to? He ain't in the
to?
pound for pound list, man.
This
is
senior,
bullshit.
Senior, who did you lose to?
Bullshit.
Who did you lose to?
Been babied
you was
on
in
your
the corner
freaking
that
life.
night. You was in the corner that night.
On your life.
Okay, now watch this.
Man,
watch January 31st.
Pound for pound list, man.
After the fight, I want you to talk everything you've been talking since I've been baby.
Man, I can't wait.
I'm gonna show you.
Man, I wish it was tomorrow, man. I wish it was today, man.
Man, we could. I'm ready right now.
Shut you down.
I'm ready at any given time.
I'm gonna fight in the future, so I didn't really understand what was the issue with me sizing him up during that time. But it never was.
This is the moment everything detonated. Teofimo Lopez crossed the line, no question. The slap ignited instant tension, and Shakur Stevenson didn't hide his anger because no fighter stays silent when it turns physical. Lopez made it personal first, and Shakur's reaction showed pride, fire, and the mindset of a man who refuses to be disrespected. Frank Warren argues it should stay professional, that face-offs aren't street fights, and fighters should save it for fight night. But when respect is crossed, emotion takes over. Shakur Stevenson reacted the way most fighters would. Teofimo Lopez made it physical, and that's the clearest sign of who lost control first.
They've had a push and a shove.
Well, this is not a gang fight. You know, the only two have been fighting are the boxers, and save it for the night. They don't get paid. They don't get paid to fight before the fight. Stupid.
Eddie Hearn frames it through a fighter's mindset. Once a personal line is crossed, a reaction becomes almost inevitable. That explains Shakur Stevenson's anger without excusing what happened. Teofimo Lopez took it beyond words first, and the moment it turned physical, a response was always coming.
When someone pushes your buttons, when someone shoves you like that, when someone starts talking about your mum, no man, look, I'm a complete pussy, right? If you start talking about my mum and all this other stuff, I'm gonna have a pop at you. I can't fight, but I don't care, I'll have a right go. And you're talking about the world heavyweight champion. If you start talking to him like that, if you shove him like that, he's gonna react.
The Wade concept says it shouldn't happen, but it's nothing new in combat sports. Boxing has seen far worse, which puts this face-off in perspective. The key is who started it. Teofimo Lopez chose to make it physical. Shakur Stevenson's reaction doesn't make him wrong. It shows he isn't weak, and he isn't willing to be pushed around heading into a fight this big.
Over the line, you shouldn't be doing it. They shouldn't be putting hands on each other, but it is the fight game, and we've seen far worse. We've seen guys get in fights. We've seen people throw dollies in this game, in the combat sport.
Abel Sanchez lays out the boxing reality. Shakur Stevenson wins if he controls distance and pace, because that's his world. Teofimo Lopez needing to attack, Sanchez argues, tells you everything about the matchup. He doesn't believe Lopez can outbox Shakur, so he has to force the fight. And that pressure, in Sanchez's view, helps explain the frustration at the face-off. When a fighter knows he must impose himself, emotion can spill over outside the ring before it ever shows up inside it.
Shakur's a great talent, and Teofimo looked great in his last fight. Of course, he didn't have Shakur in front of him. But I think that for Shakur, he has to keep the fight at his distance. If he does that, I think it's a win for him. Teofimo, he's more, he wants to draw you in, he wants to counterpunch. He's gonna have to be a different guy this time. He's gonna have to attack. He's gonna have to be leading the fight.
Timothy Bradley Jr. warns fans not to underestimate Teofimo Lopez's physical gifts, his speed and athleticism, and that's fair. But boxing isn't only athleticism. Shakur Stevenson wins with timing, control, and ring IQ, the kind of tools that frustrate aggressive fighters most. When speed alone stops being enough, urgency turns into panic, and that tension for many was already visible in the face-off.
The real. It's not gonna be an easy damn fight for Shakur Stevenson. Nope, it ain't gonna be an easy fight. Nope. After studying freaking Lopez yesterday, man, look, that athleticism that he got, that speed.
Johnny Nelson focuses on timing and responsibility, warning that moments like this create real danger and real problems for officials. His criticism is aimed at the act itself, and in this case, Teofimo Lopez created the situation. Shakur Stevenson didn't walk in looking for trouble. These incidents can shape a fight mentally, and fighters who lose discipline early often struggle to stay calm once the bell finally rings.
He's done this morning, man, to make the way how he's done it, you know, on the morning of a fight. It's just wrong. It's dangerous, and the board are now in a situation where they think shit. So I don't know how they're going to deal with that.
Simon Jordan says he's seen worse and isn't personally offended by the incident. That may be true historically, but context matters. This didn't feel like hype building, it felt like frustration spilling out. Shakur Stevenson keeping his composure after being disrespected says a lot about his mentality. Teofimo Lopez crossing that line suggests he may already be feeling the pressure of what Shakur brings into the ring.
He smashed an egg in his face. I mean, how many times have we seen boxers do things that they shouldn't do? You know, we saw Derek Chisora spit on Vitaly Klitschko.
We didn't need that.
I'm not offended by it.
Adam Smith says this behavior shouldn't be encouraged, but it's part of boxing's chaos, and it's added fuel to the event. That's true from a promotional standpoint, but fights aren't won at face-offs. They're won in rounds. Stevenson thrives when pressure rises, and chaos doesn't help the fighter running on emotion. It helps the one who stays sharp and calculated. Lopez may have grabbed headlines, but Shakur is focused on winning rounds, controlling tempo, and proving his superiority when it actually matters.
You're twice as big for the casual fans. Do we condone it? I mean, in boxing terms, should that happen at a head-to-head? Of course not, but these things do happen. This is the fight business, and it's just made it even bigger, and we wait to see what happens next. And
Dave Caldwell says the moment hands are laid, everything changes. This isn't verbal hype anymore. That's the key point. Teofimo Lopez took it to another level first. Shakur Stevenson reacting after that doesn't make him reckless, it makes him real. In boxing, respect is a kind of currency, and fighters who cross that line early often do it when words and confidence stop feeling like enough. Stevenson's response, calm, intense, controlled, suggests he's mentally locked in, not rattled.
Everything that, because that's a little bit naughty, because I know it's all, you know, fun and games at press conferences, but when you lay your hands on another man's face, whether there's an egg in it or not, you've laid your hands on his face, and that takes it to...
Eddie Hearn compares the incident to other high-pressure moments, noting how even normally composed fighters can unravel when respect is tested. That matters because it highlights how rare it is to stay calm when things get heated. Stevenson showed restraint after being slapped, and that speaks volumes. Lopez choosing agitation over patience suggests insecurity. When a fighter reaches for emotion instead of trusting his boxing, it can signal doubt about how the fight will unfold once the bell rings.
The push was, we've seen worse, you know what I mean? But lively, and what followed actually was one of the few times that I've seen Anthony Joshua unravel, if you like, because normally he's very composed, but you can't be composed when a man's talking to you like that.
The Wade concept repeats that the incident crossed a line, even if it isn't unprecedented in combat sports. History backs that up, but context matters. This wasn't mutual chaos. One fighter escalated it. Shakur Stevenson didn't chase the moment, he responded to it, and that distinction matters. Fighters who feel secure in their ability rarely need to manufacture drama. Fighters who feel pressure often do. Here, Stevenson looks locked in on legacy, while Teofimo Lopez looks locked in on disruption.
Two fighters on stage that are face-off? Of course not. Yes, it's over the line. You shouldn't be doing it. They shouldn't be putting hands on each other. But it is the fight game, and we've seen far worse. We've seen guys get in fights. We've seen people throw dollies in this game, in the combat sports world.
Ben Whitaker credits Teofimo Lopez's athleticism, but ultimately leans toward Shakur Stevenson because of fundamentals. And that captures the matchup. Athleticism can fade when the fight slows down. Stevenson controls rhythm, distance, and decision-making, and that's why so many opponents struggle to solve him. The face-off incident felt like an attempt to crack that calm, but Shakur does his talking through control, not chaos, and at the highest level, that's usually what decides the fight.
Teofimo, he's funny, he's got character, but he's a great fighter, he's very athletic. He
comes from awkward angles, and I do like his style, but I study boxing, I watch boxing, I do like Shakur's style. The way he breaks his opponents down, he slows it down to his pace, he's got good distance. If you got to pick someone, I'm going Shakur.
This exchange captures the tension and the confidence on both sides. Shakur Stevenson stays calm but firm, signaling that no amount of swagger or an aggressive face-off is going to shake him. Teofimo Lopez tries to impose himself through intimidation, but Shakur's words suggest he sees the situation clearly and understands what's coming. He studies styles, reads opponents, and adjusts with intelligence, traits that separate great fighters from everyone else. A slap or a shove might win headlines, but inside the ropes, control and precision matter more. Stevenson's composure is evident even here. He doesn't need to escalate to match aggression. While Lopez looks emotional and reactive, Shakur remains measured, confident, and ready to dismantle anyone who underestimates him. Moments like this hint at what fight night will really be about: strategy, timing, and mental toughness, not staged chaos.
Come fight night, we'll figure out whether he's better than Zepeda or more of a challenge than Zepeda. I know Zepeda's style.
Hold the don't try me.
Nah, I'm just saying, bro, like, you ain't fight a fighter with that kind of style yet to know, like, whether he's, that's all I'm saying.
Don't try me.
You bring a different style to the table.
Eddie Hearn says Shakur Stevenson is special for a reason. He isn't just talented, he's obsessed with perfection. Relentless in training and disciplined beyond what most fighters can sustain, Stevenson pairs hunger with craft in a way that frustrates opponents like Teofimo Lopez. Where Lopez leans on natural ability and athleticism, Shakur builds every punch, every movement, every tactical choice in the gym long before he steps into the ring. That dedication shows even in the face-offs. Stevenson studies, adapts, and stays in control, refusing to let raw emotions steer his decisions. Lopez's aggressive attempts to provoke him only underline Shakur's mental strength. Fighters like Stevenson, gym rats, students of the game, true tacticians, tend to find a way when it matters most. And when the bell rings, it won't matter who pushed or slapped first. Shakur's preparation, focus, and calculated approach are designed to dictate the outcome.
Shakur's brilliant at that because, one, he wants top sparring, but two, he gives his time as well because he's a gym rat, he's a boxing lunatic. He loves.
That's it for today. Stay tuned. See you next time.